Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Gemini, I'm going to be doing the first of your 2022 readings for you this afternoon. I'm using my Moonology cards, the manifestation ones, and also my Spirit Song Tarot for you. Before I start, I just wanted to say I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. Thank you so much for all your wonderful messages that I received from you. I am very, very grateful. And also, I'm doing the first of my lives for this year, this Sunday, tomorrow, Sunday the 16th of January at 9 p.m. GMT. So if you're able to join me there, it'd be lovely to see you during this live, which is an evening with Spirit, your questions answered. I will do a short general reading, and then for those watching and those that Spirit intends to watch at a later time, and then I will answer with the cards as many questions that you put to me in the comments. So I hope to see you there tomorrow, Sunday night, 9 p.m. GMT. Do check your time zone for that. That's GMT London time. So my darlings, let's move ahead with the reading. If the messages in this reading resonate with you, it simply means that as a messenger, your soul has received the messages. It is remembering what is already, what it has always known. And if the reading doesn't resonate, my darling, it simply means it wasn't for you at this time. There'll always be a message out there for you at exactly the right time as guided by Spirit. So I'm going to start with the new moon cards from the Moonology deck. I've split it into four. So we're doing new moon, first quarter, full moon, and last quarter. And let's see what comes out for Gemini. For those that most need to hear it, Spirit, thank you so much. There we are, that's flown out for you. This is the Shine card. Beautiful, beautiful card for you. This is talking about, you see, you've kind of come through this sort of darkness here, and you're coming into a different type of space, a different type of light at this time. And so this is the sort of dawn of something new, and it's a beautiful card with a new moon card. You've come through darkness and you're now coming into the light. So you've done so much necessary deep level doing, a lot of growth. You know, everything grows in the dark. We grow in the dark. You know, as when we're being born in the womb, it takes 9 months for us to grow, and everything grows in the dark. So be very proud of yourself about how far you've come and where you are now. Everything that's happened in your life has brought you to this place of where you are now. And Spirit is saying that, you know, you've done an extraordinary job at this deep level doing. So really, truly now shine in that space of believing in yourself, believing in your higher self, trusting in the universe, and really respecting, it's the word respect, respecting how far you've come. Respecting how far you've come. Give yourself that self-respect, and when you do that, you see that reflected back at you in the relationships that you have with other people. So this is really exciting. This is the dawn of something, the birth of something new for you. So I'm going to find out a little bit more about this with my Spirit Song Tarot. And also at the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Relax card. So this is a time for you. You've got going through the release, and it's now about relaxing and receiving. So let's see. Thank you, Spirit. More on the Shine card, please, for Gemini. And that flew out. The Nine of Feathers, the Nine of Swords. So this really has been a time of release for you. The Nine of Feathers, the Nine of Swords, is the porcupine. It's about you not feeling trapped in the space where you were energetically before, not feeling so trapped in the space where you were in your mind. It's about not allowing the mind to control your life, but more about the feelings that you have about things, and about being very honest with yourself, about being very honest with yourself about others. And it's about how, as you've allowed yourself to step back from your thoughts and start to observe, you're not being so hurt by those thoughts anymore, because you understand that a lot of the thoughts that we create come from conditioned thoughts we have, conditioned behaviors we have, things that we've allowed ourselves to tell ourselves about ourselves, things that we've allowed others who may be joyless in their life to tell us about ourselves, and we've believed. So you've really, really adjusted your perspective, and Spirit is saying, well done. This is a huge time for you to start to say, you know what, I've did a great job, and you're not who you were yesterday, but actually be so proud of everything that you've gone through, and be very grateful for everything that you've gone through, because it's brought you to where you are here today. Everything happens for us. It's how we choose to receive it. It's the gift, and you've chosen to receive it with a responsibility for your own, for yourself, for your happiness, for your joy, for your self-respect. Beautiful start to a reading, Gemini. That's really lovely. So now we're going to look at the, where are they? The first quarter. So let me move those cards over there. That's the new moon cards, go over there. So this is the obstacles. The first quarter is kind of about obstacles that may arise or have arisen, and how you're feeling challenged at this time, and a little bit of advice from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for Gemini. Thank you. Oh, too many cards, but that one has come out for you. So, got be humble. Be humble, the first quarter one. So first quarter moon in Leo. Being humble is about accepting, it's about letting go of ego in this place, in this point in time. It's about letting go of our pride, and that tends to come from the pain body. It tends to come from a place of saying something or somebody has hurt me. And then when we become humble and we become vulnerable and we start to observe from our higher self, we start to observe from a place of love and understanding that everything's connected, everything's happening for a reason. Being humble is a beautiful space, because we're not, in that moment, we're kind of giving that energy back to where it came from. And we're saying, I am one and everybody is at one with me, and we're all connected. And I am a piece and a part of all that is. And actually, everything I do, I am not looking for love. I am love. I am the universe experiencing itself. And that sounds a bit of a dichotomy, but you are being humble in that moment, because you're accepting that you're not an individual on your own. You are part of all that is. And in doing that, you release a lot of the triggers that you feel about how people behave with you or how things make you feel, because it's not part of who you are. You can choose to slot that into you and feel those feelings, or you can choose to accept that it's happening for you in order to make a shift within you. Your soul has caused and created experiences, as I've talked about, in order for you to release things, in order for you to release triggers, old wounds, old hurts. And in doing so, you feel lighter, you feel brighter, being the light. So continue to be humble and try not to react to things from a pain body. If you find that you're being triggered by things, take that step back and say, why is this happening? Why is this still triggering me? What is it within me that I haven't healed yet? So let's have a little look at this card here. There's a spiritual root cause to every trigger that we have within us. Thank you. And it's the Three of Feathers here. The Three of Swords has flown out. So there is still within you, and it's not that you haven't done the work, you have, but it is a message from Spirit to say that don't give up with what you're doing. Keep going with what you're doing with this healing work, because there is still an energy around you. There is still heartache. There is still loss. There is still the need for more healing to happen. And it can be at many different levels. I talk about healing sometimes like an onion. We can peel, when we peel onions, it makes us cry. And this healing process is the same, but you're peeling off layers and layers of this conditioning, this thoughts, this hurts, this things that have deeply rooted within you, and everybody has those, but it's the ability to stand back and say, I have this, I have triggers, I have hurts. Where is that coming from? What is the spiritual root cause of that? And this is your release. This is your recovery from this. And you can see here with this moth, it's a very delicate process. The moth sort of flies towards the light, but the extraordinary thing is, it's like the firefly, you are the light. It's about finding that within you. But you have put in so much effort into this, and Spirit is saying, don't stop now. Keep doing this work that's raising your vibration higher and higher and higher. Because as you go on this journey, you've had to navigate your way through the darkness. This is that dark times when we talked about the shine card. You've come through the darkness of the night, and now you're coming into the light. And it's that faith in knowing that as you move through this darkness, you're not going to suppress the heartache. Don't suppress any of this heartache that's coming up. Keep allowing it to come up, because you're releasing it. And as you're releasing it, that energetic attachment is not there anymore for you. And the sadness that you're feeling, that weight of that is transforming. You can feel it transforming now into something different. It's transforming into self-awareness, into self-love, into courage, into empowerment, into a feeling of being more at peace and lighter and brighter, because you are not a victim of others. You are taking responsibility for your own happiness. And the most important relationship you could ever have, my darling, is the relationship you have with yourself. You're the only person you hang out with your entire life. So get to know yourself. Get to know your connection to source energy. Mind, body, spirit, mind, body, soul. That soul piece of you is divine source wisdom. Get to know it, get to trust it. And you're doing that. New breakthroughs, my darling, are taking place. You're literally breaking free of the restraints of where you felt you were before. And it is a fragile process. The moth, I always get the word fragile with the moth, and it flutters. But you've had the strength to navigate through the dark all of this time. And now with this shine card, the new dawn coming up, there is a change. But don't forget, don't step back into the old ways. Spirit is saying, keep doing the necessary inner work that's needed. Keep following the signs. Keep doing what's right for you. So now we're going to look at the full moon card. And this is the sort of the whole emotional experience for you. Let's have a look now, how to kind of handle this. It's like that turning point for you. Thank you, Spirit. What wants to come out? So you've got the Be Real card here. This is about, it's very sweet, this card. You see he's sort of pouring water there. And this is a kind of the flowing river. It's going to go into the waterfall. It's about being, less doing, more being. It's about being in your reality and accepting it and being grateful for it. It's about acceptance of who you are now, not who you wish to be. It's about not feeling that lack of within yourself because you feel that you should have done this or you could have done that. Should, not a great word to use, is it? Because it always makes you feel guilty about what you are doing. But you're doing everything right. You are exactly where you're meant to be. That's enlightenment, acceptance of all. No regrets, no remorse. Everything's happened just the way it was meant to in order for you to be where you are today. And where you are today is getting you ready for where you're meant to be tomorrow or the next day. But in this moment, in this present moment, it's all okay, isn't it? You're sitting here listening to this video. You're at home or wherever you are, and you have taken the time and you've taken the choice to listen for your higher self, for your soul to remember. So be real, be in this moment, receive what Spirit wishes for you to receive if this is resonating with you. And try not to worry about doing so much. There is no race for this. It's the tortoise and the hare. Take it slow, take it steady, spend that time releasing what doesn't serve you, letting it flow away from you. Release, relax, receive. Release, relax, receive. Those 3 R's. I'm saying it a lot at the moment. Put it up as a sticky note on your bathroom mirror or something. These fir trees in this card talk about ancient wisdom and protection as well. You are protected. You are guided. I'm sorry, my doggy's snoring. And if you allow yourself to let go of this expectation of yourself and let go of what you feel are expectations of others and accept who you are right now as exactly beautifully perfect. The universe thinks you're perfect. God thinks you're perfect exactly as you are. And just say, I'm ready for whatever else that's coming in for me. And that's the waters of abundance. That's that free flowing, beautiful, natural cycle of things. So let's see what else comes in for you, Gemini. Thank you about the Be Real card. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. So 4 of Feathers. This is this healing card. So you've come from the 3 of Feathers to the 4 of Feathers now with this full moon. This is the how to handle it, the pinnacle of your sort of the whole situation and your emotions. Wherever you are now, there is a frustration within you about wanting to make things better, wanting to heal faster, wanting to do things, as I've said. Spirit is saying no. And if you have been forced in some way by work or COVID or an injury or whatever it is, you're being forced to be still. then accept it. Say, okay, well, the universe is wanting me to be still, to be in solitude, time alone, time spent with God, time spent with your higher self. It's the stillness, darling. If you're not meditating, or as I'm calling it now, sitting in stillness, then start to do that for 10, 20 minutes a day. It is the most extraordinary experience. You don't have to learn to meditate. You already know it within you, but just learn to sit still and just to say, I'm open and willing and ready to receive all that is intended for me in this time. And just sit still and just allow yourself to be a human being. You are the stillness. Every time you observe things, you observe your thoughts, you observe your feelings, it is the stillness observing. That unwatched watcher, that unobserved observer, that is God, that is divine, that is your soul. So sit in that stillness. It's been longer than you may have liked it to be, just like bears go into hibernation for a long time. But it is a very necessary time for you for rest, a necessary time for rejuvenation, and a necessary time for you to renew, because otherwise we tend to go back to reaction, and that's not who you are anymore. You've come through all of that. So approach this wherever you are right now. If you're being asked to be still, approach this as an opportunity for your rest, an opportunity for your release, and allow that pause time to that stillness. Just say, thank you for the answers that I'm meant to receive. And you're being given this moment as well you can't heal in the place that you're hurt. So you've been given this moment that to be away from that, to be distant from that. And I know that will make sense to whomever is listening and this is resonating with. So now we're going to look at, where are the next lot of cards, Spirit? I've done the full moon, and now we're looking at the last quarter, which are here. Thank you. There they were. Thank you, Spirit, the last quarter. So this is the kind of conclusion, the clearing, the letting go, the release cards. Thank you. Work through your feelings. Continue to do this necessary groundwork for yourself. Continue to be in touch with your feelings. Whenever you are triggered by something, think to yourself, what is the feeling behind the feeling behind the feeling? Where is this truly coming from? And allow that first thought to come in and own it, respect it, acknowledge it, because that is the start of that deep level doing. Because everything comes from that feeling behind the feeling behind the feeling. We can say that we were hurt by something or somebody. We'll go to the first feeling behind that. Why were you hurt? And then go to the next one below that. What is the feeling that you get with that hurt? And then go to the one behind that. And how does that make you feel? Where did that come from? Has that happened many times before? It'll come down to a root cause of it. And that tends to be something deeply rooted within us, conditioned back to childhood, maybe past life things, but everything is energy. And we tend to feel that we're reacting to things. And I'm going to say the word react here as an adult. We don't. We respond as an enlightened being, as somebody who is within self-love. But we react as the inner child. It is the inner child within us that reacts to things, the trigger. So work through your feelings, look at the root cause of it. That is your release and recovery, your continued release and recovery from this situation. If this is with another person, one of the ways that you can help yourself is to understand that you chose this path and their soul chose their path as well. And you both chose to come together for whatever reason it was. Step aside from it, observe it, and say, what is their soul's gift to me? What is it that I have learned from this? And if you understand that and why you are where you are now, then be grateful for that soul's gift. And in doing that, you're releasing, because you are seeing it from your higher self. You're appreciating that if somebody has done something that has been hurtful for you, then maybe it was your soul's wish, to forgive at this point, because in the forgiveness you have evolved. And in forgiving, you didn't step down into the darkness, because their soul, if this is something that somebody has done that has hurt you, they've forgotten. So their soul has forgotten, but you have remembered in forgiving. I hope that makes sense. There's a wonderful book by Neil Donald Walsh, and it's actually written for children, and I've got it here, and it's called The Little Soul in the Sun. And for those that are going through a difficult time at the moment about forgiving others, do read it. It's very short, it's very beautiful. It was written with Neil and God together writing it, and it'll help you. It'll really, really help you. So The Little Soul in the Sun. So work through your feelings. And I'm just going to pull one more card for that before I wrap this reading up, my darlings. But you have this shine. You've come so far. And please try not to hold on to things if they've left your life. They've left your life for a reason. The door has closed for a reason. You are going through a renewal process at this time. And things that where you were energetically, they can't be there anymore for you. But that's not to say that, if everything is happening for your greatest good, there are more amazing things coming in for you. So keep walking forward, darling, not backwards. You've come too far to start walking backwards. I just saw the Justice card that wanted to come out for you. There we go. And Spirit is saying that's really lovely. They've got the Ace of Feathers has come out for you, which is yes, keep walking forward. This is the mountain goat. This is being sure-footed, treading thoughtfully, being aware of your thoughts, bringing yourself away from the negative and your thoughts, because that where attention goes, energy flows, remember, and surrounding yourself with like-minded people who only want what's best for you and you want what's best for them. Knowing that you're being guided at this time, keep a lookout for the signs. Knowing that you'll be guided, it can be a bit of a treacherous path when you're this high up in the mountains, and mountains represent your spiritual growth and where you're getting to. And this goat is only going forwards, onwards and upwards, releasing all the time, getting higher and higher and higher. And it's a beautiful card. It's about mental clarity, and that mental clarity, my darling, that understanding that we're all connected, everything happens for a reason. And looking at that deeper level about a soul's gift to us, rather than the ego pride being hurt, and they've hurt me, but what is the soul's gift to me? Flipping it in your mind like that, that is the new foundation for yourself, because then you're not triggered by anybody. You don't have that anxiety and fear and hurt, because you understand what is happening. You're seeing it from an enlightened state, a third eye state. You're understanding that every relationship is for your soul's evolution. And what I mean by that is every time you evolve, you're remembering that you're a part of all it is. You're not alone here. You're a part of all it is. And you've chosen this path for a reason. And wherever you are now, listening to this reading, you have chosen to self-love, you've chosen to self-care, you've chosen to understand. Everything is a choice. You're making a choice, and that choice has beautiful, beautiful possibilities and opportunities coming out of it, because you've chosen to empower yourself, you've chosen to release, you've chosen to forgive. And all of these allow you, you're causing and creating all of the things that you're wishing for all of the time, but you can't, those things can't come in while you're still focused on something else, or you're burdened by something else. And so you are allowing yourself to be releasing these burdens. And this is the Ace of Swords. That mental, beautiful clarity is the foundation that you've got going forward. Just concentrate now on raising your vibration higher and higher, staying away from negativity, looking at the big picture. Be really, really, really open to, when I say open to clarity, trust and know those thoughts you receive, not your monkey brain thoughts, you know what I mean by that, but those beautiful random thoughts that come in and you go, oh, that's interesting. That is God talking to you. That's your soul talking to you. That's divine wisdom. Trust it. Just like every single animal on Mother Nature in Earth, always and only follows their instincts. Do the same. Do the same. Come back to that beautiful core essence of yourself. And I'm going to pull one more card for you from the Sacred Destiny deck for you, Gemini. Thank you. And as the Ace of Swords is the yes card, the universe always says yes. So whatever it is with these, this is the Moonology manifestation cards, whatever it is that you're manifesting, the universe has already said yes. But everything you're going through now is a necessary process for this to happen in perfect divine timing. So look at this, embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. This is transformation. This is the Three of Swords turning into these three beautiful butterflies here. This is all of what was painful is turning into clarity and understanding, and that turns into joy and peace and happiness. It's a transformational process and it is uncomfortable, but shout to the heavens, embrace the enthusiasm of it. Be really, believe everything magical you see, every sign, every synchronicity, every coincidence. It's all your soul causing, creating in conjunction with other souls. See the beauty and the magic of the universe. Be grateful for everything that's happening in your life, even if it is making you feel uncomfortable, because it's all happening for you. It's something your soul is calling forth to happen. And embrace it with enthusiasm. Embrace change with enthusiasm. Embrace conflict with enthusiasm. I know that sounds, just be grateful for it all. It's a really, really, you're doing so much necessary work, my darling. One more card, Spirit, please, for Gemini. One more. And you're doing that because you're opening to your spiritual source. This is finding sanctuary. For the first proper time in your life, and this always happens when we go through these experiences and we're almost forced to do it, you're being forced to find sanctuary. And that sanctuary is your spiritual source. That sanctuary is your soul. That sanctuary is your connection to divine source energy. You are a soul experiencing, having a physical experience. And you're coming home to yourself, and you're then allowing yourself to see through the clouds, to see through the fog, to see through the mist, understanding everything is fleeting like these clouds, but you have the ability now to start to see things from a very different perspective than you used to do. There are lots of threes in this reading, and I don't know if that means something to somebody, but there are three spiritual mountains here. You've done this journey either in past lives before, or you've done it in this lifetime before, and each one has got bigger than the rest. And now each one has led you to this. And this is the new foundation that you're building to yourself. The old tower that was your life before had to come down in order for this new tower. You're finding this spiritual sanctuary, the spiritual source within you is all you need. And then you realize that you are love and you can share in that love, but you're not needing it from others. You just share in what you already have. Really beautiful, beautiful reading for you, my darling. And this card, I put my hand down and this popped out of my, what's this, Everyday Witch, the world. There is a completion for you. There is a completion for you now. You're in touch. You're more and more in touch with the ebb and flow of life. This is a period now of that sort of rest and rejuvenation we talked about with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords, where you're coming to the end of something before you hit a new cycle. So don't be in any rush, because you're not meant to be rushing around right now. You're meant to be still now. You're meant to be more in that. It's about the reminder about being more in that grateful space, that enthusiastic space about where you are and what you are now receiving. And everything is shifting and changing all the time, my darling. And this is wonderful, the World card. Beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, my darlings, that's the first of your readings for 2022. I look forward to doing you another reading probably by the end of this month. And for those that are able to join me tomorrow night, 9 p.m. GMT for my live slot. But in the meantime, have a rest of a lovely weekend and take care, my darlings. Lots of love. Bye-bye.